Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to watch a video that was sent to me, and if you want to send me a video to react to or anything in particular you want me to see when it comes to multi-level marketing or requests you have, you can email me, and the email is in my description below. This video is from Julie Stevenson. From what I can tell, she's in Monat, and she made a video called I'm Not Leaving, and I thought it would be a good one to watch, so that's what we're going to do today. And she spells Julie J-E-W-E-L-Y, not J-U-L-I-E, like I spell mine. Just for the record, if anyone was wondering. Also, don't forget that if you want to support the channel, you can simply hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notified when I post, you can hit the bell button. And if you want to become a member, you can simply just look down in the description and there is a link to becoming a member. All right, let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
One of the biggest things that drew me to reacting to this was her title saying, I'm not leaving. And there were some interesting comments in her video below in the comment section. One of them says, I've heard many different things, so maybe if you share the truth, it's written weird. So maybe if you share the truth, because people are talking either way and it would be nice to know. And then Julie Stevenson said, we have done multiple calls each week addressing and sharing the statements of just about every accusation that's been tossed. So maybe I'll take a deeper look into what she's talking about, but we'll start with this video. It's kind of long. It's like 37 minutes, but we'll get through it and see what she has to say.
Well, hello everybody. My dogs are saying hi too. They're out on the patio barking like normal because, you know, they got to watch the neighborhood. It's a pretty important job. But I titled this, I'm Not Leaving, and this is going to be a very short video because a lot of people ask me.
It's not short. It's literally 37 minutes and 20 seconds. That is long for a video. Short's like 10 minutes. At least when I react to a video that's short, it's 10 minutes. And then that's pretty short too. I usually try to go for like 15-minute videos. But yeah, 37 minutes is long.
People who are not even like really in the business very much are asking me like, are you leaving Monat too? Why would I leave? Why? Why would I leave? Like, I've seen all the evidence. I've seen every story. I've heard it all. I've heard everything. I've witnessed it all firsthand. It's not emotions, it's not feelings that I'm staying. It's logical thinking. So that's why I'm not leaving. This is my company. I've been with it for almost 10 years. And in 50 years, I'm going to be with the same company. I think that...
Oh, hun, 50 years? Monat's not going to be around for 50 more years. Could you imagine? Monat, at the rate that they're going now, there's absolutely no way. Also, if she's been in it for almost 10 years, that means she was in it at the beginning, which makes sense why she would stay. I mean, she's making so much money, so.
That's super honorable. I think that's really exciting to talk about. Hi, Bren, thanks. I love you too. I'm not freaking leaving. You guys are not going anywhere. This is the greatest company that I could find. I will share with you though, a year ago, I had a couple of phone calls that scared the crap out of me. And I was like, okay, if Monat's going under, right? Because that's the story. If Monat's going under, like, where would I go? What would I do? Like, oh my gosh, if they close the doors and not have a website tomorrow, what would I do? Yo, I started considering what I would do. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the ocean with the ship if it sinks. Why? Because my reputation is going to serve me better by doing that because there's still people here who need me.
She said, because people still need me. But before that, she's like, because my reputation, blah, 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 blah. No, the focus is her reputation. To make herself look a little less selfish, she's going to say, and people still need me. It's like, well, no, you just said so yourself that it's about your reputation.
I'm not going to go to the next shiny penny. I'm not going to go try to build another organization. It's not network marketing industry that has my heart. This company has my heart. The products have my heart. The people are everything. The people are why we're here. Like, put in the chat if you're here because there's people who need us. And I have zero reason to leave. Zero.
Except for the fact that when we looked at the lawsuits, if you haven't watched my most recent live about the Monat lawsuits, when we looked at them, it showed us that Monat was not profiting. Like the company itself was not profiting. And it went from like, in 3 years, it went from $800 million to $300 million. That is really intense. It showed us that they are not profiting as a company. So
if you want the entire story, I can give it to you. I have all of it. So I think it is crazy that people will leave. But it's also their own choice and has nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? Like, never leaving, never leaving. I love your guys' comments. I am never leaving. You guys, if the company's sales are down, it's my fault. Okay? I don't know if everyone's willing to admit that. If the sales are down, it's my fault. Y'all,
it's literally not, though. It really is the fact that the company is the company. Like, it's really the fact that Monat is Monat. They have a reputation of their own. Now, maybe, I definitely agree that it's their fault to an extent when it comes to top leaders and the reputation they built around Monat, but Monat itself and MLMs in general, which are on the decline, are not doing well because they're multi-level marketing companies and they're not as popular anymore.
like I literally moved to Colorado and spent a majority of my time not working. I'll just say that. I moved to my dream state. I never thought I could afford to even stay the night in this state, okay? Like, some of these hotels where I live and these Airbnbs are $600 a night, okay?
Okay. I lived in Austin, Texas at one point. Now I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's hotels that are much more expensive than that. That's so weird for her to say that. Like, who cares about the cost of the hotels? There are also hotels that cost $50 a night, motels or whatever you want to call them. There's hotels that cost less than $100 a night too. Like, that is just an odd thing to say. What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't.
Like, I literally moved to Colorado and I took so much time away. So sales are going to drop and that's on me. Guess what? I just get right back into it and I can increase my check. I can increase productivity. You got to do it right though. So if your checks are down, we need to talk. We need to talk what you're doing, where your sales are at. And then also, because some people will leave because their checks are down. And I'm like, well, what responsibility are you taking for that? Like, the company just doesn't say, oh, she has a good reputation, we're going to pay her extra this month. They pay you what you sell. And that's never fluctuated. Not once. And
well, that's not true because they have changed the commission plan plenty of times. So it actually has fluctuated.
if you guys don't know how to read your checks, I can show you. I actually put it in my boards.
I'm sorry to pause it so quickly, but do you remember at the beginning when she was like, this is about logic, not emotion? And she is definitely showing emotion. She is pretty sassy and actually kind of rude. She's kind of telling on herself here that it is emotion-based, not a logic-based video. And that's fine, but don't lie about it.
It's a copy and paste thing because it's like everyone needs to know. Where does each penny come from? What commissions are you earning on people? That's my favorite part. Yeah. You're right, Mandy. Those are the people who don't stick around. So anyway, you guys can go to your commission detail report, click on the details, and you can look at every single penny and what commission percentage and what they brought in. You guys have to track your money. You guys got to. I've actually had people who make like hardly any money because they recruit someone who recruits someone who recruits someone who recruits someone. And then the numbers blow up down below, maybe 8 freaking levels deep, but you're not getting paid unit level commissions on that. You'll get your generation bumped up. I can go into all the details if you guys are confused.
But what about the level below them or the level below that or the level below that? Like, just because you went 8 deep and we're like, oh, you only get like a tiny little bitty percentage of that. But there's still 8 other levels that you haven't spoken about. And we know that the way people make money in MLMs, the most amount of money is through building a team.
The only confusion I had last year was why these rumors were started. I didn't find out the truth until January. I had to keep my mouth shut for almost a year. Almost a whole year. I had to keep my mouth shut, put my head down, and do the work because I promised people that I would not share their secrets with other people. I kept my word. But now that I can share everything, I do. I share everything, you guys. I have nothing to hide. Fake news. So true. It's so true. So if you guys are curious on where I stand, I'm going to take this company to $1 billion a year in revenue. After that, we're going to double, and then we're going to quadruple.
Is she losing it? Babe, you went from $800 million in 2020 to $300 million in 2023. If I do the math right, 8 is greater than 3, and 2020 is farther away than 2023. It seems like it's not going up. So $1 billion is much further than it was 3 years ago. And to think you're gonna double, triple, quadruple, that's just, I'm embarrassed watching this, honestly.
We will have what we already have actually. Because we're one of the top selling direct sales companies out there.
You're not. Simply, you're not. And we've looked at several lists recently. The DSA, which is Direct Sales News, has a list of 2024 of global 100 list of top direct selling companies in the world based on 2023 revenue, and Amway's number 1. Monat's not even on it. Yeah, Monat's not even on the top direct selling companies in the world. But Herbalife is, Primerica, New Skin, and a lot of these you might go, oh, but those are old, but they are really big in other parts of the world. So you got to take that into consideration too. And a lot of these are $1 billion companies. Sensi's on there, Beachbody, Prove It's on there. That's surprising. But this is from the Direct Sales Association themselves. So she's just straight up lying to our faces. She's just saying that because she wants money to look better than it is. It's not even on the top 100.
We're the number 1 hair care brand. How many companies out there have been able to bust over 100 millionaires? Multi-millionaires. There's no reason to leave. Why would I leave?
There are several companies that have over 100 multi-millionaires. 100? In 10 years? Also, it's not 100. She's lying too. I don't remember the number, but I recently heard the number from Tony, but I don't believe that there's 100 of them. And even if there are, and even if she's not lying about that, which I have a feeling she is because she seems to be lying pretty consistently, that is low for a company that was almost $1 billion company.
Oh, because other people are leaving? Okay, you want me to just turn into a follower? I'm not going to follow people. I know where I'm going. And if you don't have a leader to follow, better pick some good ones, because your circle matters. Your circle absolutely matters. You guys, I could have made a bad decision last year. Hold on a second. I gotta close this window. You can see the pollen literally flowing like rain. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy here. A big pine tree right in front of my window. What was I saying? I don't even remember. What was I saying? I don't even remember. I have no reason to leave. Like none. Aw, thanks, Bella.
Yeah, you're definitely convincing me. The more you say it, the more I'm convinced.
You guys, I just, that's what really gets to me is like, I go to talk to some of these people and I'm like, how could somebody leave such an amazing team? And I understand people change jobs. People change passions, like that happens. I wish them well. I'm talking for my own decisions. I could have made a really bad decision. Yes, thank you, Natalie, for reminding me where I was. I could have made a very bad decision based on emotions last year. Okay? Emotions. Other people are leaving. Oh, she's going to leave. I had no idea that I had leaders doing team calls with my organization telling them to leave. Saying, emergency call, we need to jump on a Zoom. And then telling them that Monat's going to close their doors down and we need to look for another company when there's zero evidence. It's just an emotional decision that they decided to share with my team. Having my team on their Zooms telling them false truth that they consider their own truth because they really do, I believe they really do believe this stuff, you guys. And I left it with grace. I didn't say anything. I had to literally fix a lot of broken hearts and try to mend them back together.
So obviously emotion is present. She just, that's a joke. When I hear her say I had to mend broken hearts and put them back together, I hear I had to manipulate people into believing that what the other people were saying are wrong and they should trust me. But we've already heard her lie a few times in this live already. So why should they trust you? I don't think they should. Also, whoever did that to her, that's sneaky snake shit. Going behind her back and telling her team, like, we need to go find another company. That's funny. But also, I would like to know who it is so I can react to them too, because I feel like they probably have a lot to say.
There's always going to be noise. There's always going to be a reason for you to leave. Better be a good one. It better be a good one. Because I looked at other companies. All of them. I looked at all of them. I'm not freaking going anywhere because there's nothing better.
You looked at all of the MLM companies? All of them? Julie. That is so weird saying my own name. Do better. If you're gonna lie, make it believable. That's just embarrassing.
I'm not going anywhere because I won't find a better CEO. I will never find a more transparent man to work for in my life, and I truly believe that.
Just that statement alone throws me off. Let's hear that again. That was an ick statement.
I will never find a more transparent man to work for in my life, and I truly believe that.
Man, I will never find a more transparent man in my life to work. That statement just gave me the ick, to be honest.
And you guys, I'm a logical thinker. My test scores are logic. Like literally, I don't have any other skill except for logical thinking.
My test scores are logic. I'm not here to offend like her education or whatever, or her intelligence, but this is not giving me the vibe that I think she thinks she's giving. It's not. I'm not getting logic here. Are you? Feel free to let me know your thoughts below on this video.
Lies take the elevator and truth takes the stairs is so true. I do have regrets. I should have started screaming last year. Instead of being quiet, hoping that it'll go away, I should have been screaming the truth last year. But I didn't know that all this stuff was happening behind closed doors. I didn't know there was a lot of mastermind going. I did not understand that there was like Zoom calls with my team. And now they're telling me about it. I didn't know this for a year. You guys, I got the truth in January with evidence, but last September, I got my own truth, and that was enough for me. Now I've got public truth that I can share since January, but my own truth, my own experience happened last year. So I have been chilling on knowledge for over a year to save people's reputations because I don't want to destroy anyone. Because I can forgive, I can forget, I can move on. But when you try to take someone else's dream and future away from them on your emotions, it gets me a little pissed off.
Isn't pissed off an emotion? So we're back to emotions. We're not on the logic track. I'm not gonna let that go either, because she's all about logic.
It does. It gets me really pissed. So I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I have no names that I will ever add to this live. I have no names of the people who have literally backstabbed me. I will never talk about them because they're not worthy of the speech.
Listen, talk about them. If people backstab you, talk about them. If you want. Jay did, from the most recent live I did with Jay in it and the lawsuits, Jay did, and that was everything to me. I've said names before in videos that were like not against MLM people, but like anti-MLM people who did me wrong too. Do it, because I don't want to sit here and watch people support people who've done wrong and who've hurt people and who lie and all of that. So if I'm not saying something, then that means I'm letting those people get away with it. And also I would want to know, right? I would want to know if someone was a horrible person that I shouldn't be friends with or shouldn't follow. That's kind of a different topic, but girl, just live your truth. Come on, let me have it. I want to hear the names.
What's worthy right now is you guys and me and the people that we can impact in the future. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of people who are struggling to pay for freaking groceries that have doubled in prices. Some of them have quadrupled. I'm not going to show somebody else how to go make another business because that's not my expertise. I know how to make big money here. All you got to do is plug in, grab my hand, run with me. Have the same mindset of going all in is going to be the ultimate factor of you making this work or not. Let's go! You guys, I'm ready. I'm ready to freaking blow this up. With all the purging that we've experienced, because I know I'm talking only Monat girls here. It's the only people who really follow me on Instagram since I lost my account. It's totally cool. We've had a big purge. I put in my stories and I put it in my highlights with a little thought emoji. You guys can go watch those. But I talked about, you know what? If the person across the street shuts down their coffee shop and your coffee shop is still running, do you shut down your coffee shop because you suspect something else is wrong with the street, with the coffee?
Anyone else just cringing so hard from this live? I'm just cringing. I've got the ick. Everything's just, ugh. I'm not comfy watching this. It's very awkward. And, you know, we're going to continue because who says cringing is not okay? But damn, girl should have come in with like some kind of plan or something. She cannot freeball this very well.
Location with the customers? Do you close down your shop because the neighbors shut down their shop? No. You make your advertising bigger and you take all the coffee customers to your coffee customer or your coffee shop. That's how this works. People are still buying the shampoo and people who left are still purchasing the shampoo. That's why our numbers are the same and they haven't dropped. Most companies who have big purges, their numbers literally cut in half, you guys.
Your numbers are the same? You've lost $500 million since 2020. Are you joking? It's so painful to listen to someone who says, I'm logical. I go on based on facts, logic, and then they are not giving facts or stating logical things either. I just, yikes. This is painful.
And why would I go sign up with another company? I don't even know. They're like, what are they going to do in the next 5 years? Will they still be open? As far as I know, we're the only debt-free company out there. I could be wrong on that.
You are.
But for a long time, we were the only one.
No, you weren't.
Why would I go somewhere else and risk everything? Why would I risk my reputation? Why? And I'm not talking bad about anyone who left, you guys. They all probably felt in their heart it was time to go. And guess what? They might do better over there. And I hope they do. I really do. I hope people who left do better. That's what I did. The last leader, I cried for 2 days and all I did was pray that she would be blessed. That's what we do. You can.
That's not what you do though. She's like, that's what we do over here at Monat. I finished it for her, but that's the joke. She made a funny there.
You cannot be upset at people who leave. You don't know what they're going through. You have to just move on. There's not even forgiving. There's no forgiveness necessary. It's their own choice. We just have to move on and pray that they find success, because the more you pray for others, the more you're going to receive for yourself. So we keep our head down. We stay focused. We do the things that matter, which are impacting lives, helping people to get better at being a person, being a sales rep, being a representative of the company. That's what we're here for. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. You guys, run out of fear if you need to. But if you run out of fear, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it big time. When I was considering leaving, I literally was like, screw that, dude. I don't want to sell anything else. I don't want to sell health and wellness. I don't want to do all this stuff. I wouldn't leave, by the way, because I didn't have the evidence. But, your thought starts traveling. I love you too, Joe. You start thinking of the what ifs. And I was like, screw that. I don't want to go work for somebody else. I want to work for Ray. He's never broken trust with me. I've never questioned his morale. He's the most transparent person I probably know in the world.
Yeah.
Possibly in the world. And you know why he's so...
What the hell? Ray Urdaneta? That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm so excited for the outcome of these lawsuits that are going down, because that's just going to slap her right in the face.
Transparency, because he's got a lot of eyes on him. And kind of like me, I have to be transparent, you guys. I will get caught in a lie so fast with so many eyes. And then I started thinking, what are my goals? Let's forget about the leaders. Let's forget about the rumors. What are my goals? My goals. I want to help my family. I want to make sure my family is secure forever. We could retire right now and live the same lifestyle for about 10, 20 years, you guys, if I didn't have a check today. You know why? Because I saved most of my money I earned. So I would be okay. What about my people? What about my people I'm not done with yet? What about my people that are still counting on me to help them overcome an obstacle? Understand how this process works, how to simplify their business.
Those people are the ones that give you the money to live the same way for 10 or 20 years. Your people, your quote, air quotes, your people are the people that put money in your bank account. That's why you're not letting go.
What about them? And then I jumped in the shower after I was like, screw that, I'm not leaving my people. Everything is about people. Souls on board, that's my purpose, is to help souls on board. Thanks, Natalie. I look up to you a lot. I love you too, Bonnie. And then I was in the shower and I reached for my shampoo bottle and I put it in my hand and I was lathering it up. And this moment hit me. Oh, I forgot to take my vitamins this morning. I forgot to put on this thing I usually do. And I was like, I don't ever want to sell something where I have to teach people habits. With my shampoo business, all I gotta do is get them to do one thing, take their old bottle out, put their new bottle in, and they will use the product because they're not gonna get out of the shower sopping wet to go find another bottle of shampoo so they can wash their hair. And that's when I realized, even if the shampoo sucked, we would still have sales because the habit's already there. Why would I go anywhere else?
Is she telling me she had a divine moment in her shower with Monat shampoo, with a Monat shampoo bottle? An epiphany, if you will, with her Monat shampoo bottle? Even if my shampoo sucked. Well, newsflash, Julie, it does. I don't want to be rude, but this is a bit laughable. This video is it's very cringy and it's making me want to giggle a little because of how dramatic she's being. And she said she's so focused on logic and not emotion, but she's so dramatic and is bringing up so much emotion with what she's doing that it's just negating her idea of logic being used.
Why? I'm not mad at the people who left. I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm not sad either anymore. I'm sad because I'm not going to have those combos. I built very strong relationships with my business. I built best friends because of the business, kept us. And I know that those relationships are not going to be as frequent talking. You know what I mean? And so I cried. I cried for 2 days. Like, it was really hard.
Are you telling me relationships/friendships in MLM is transactional? Because that's what I'm hearing. When they leave the company, they're gone out of her life, pretty much, that it's all transactional, which is something a lot of us in the anti-MLM genre have said.
But what if there's new relationships out there? They could even be better. What if there's more people out there who could do even better, but here I am being sad over what I lost? You guys, everybody in this business is a volunteer army. They're not signing up to marry you. I know it's heartbreaking, but you're not putting no ring on no finger.
Volunteer army? Don't ever use that again, Julie. That is weird. Ooh, cringe.
They're signing a contract to be within compliant, but they're a volunteer army. They can leave, they can come as often as they want. Thank you, Becca. Becca saying, God prepared me for this. Yeah, he did. 2020, you guys want to talk about all the experiences I have? I'm not afraid of nothing. Not afraid of anything. I am the most transparent person you will find. I hold my tongue out due to respect. But I'm here for you guys. I'm not here to make more money. I'm here to make you guys more money. And in the end, yeah, I'm going to hit $1 million a month. It's bound to happen. There's enough people on this live right now that I know I could bust to 6 figures a month. Some of you guys have already done it. I'm here because I want to make a difference. When I took time off when I moved to Colorado, I had this moment hit me where I sat down at lunch and I pulled up my phone and this longing hit my heart that was heartbreaking. I didn't have any text messages. I didn't have anyone saying, hey, will you help me with the prospect? I didn't have anyone messaging me saying, I got a VIP. Because I checked out. I pulled out. I wasn't like checked out, but I was like, I wasn't hustling. I wasn't all in. I guess you could call it I took a break. I never checked out though, really, because I was doing team calls every week. But I missed the fire. And
that's heartbreaking that you didn't have a text message asking, hey, I got a new prospect or something, whatever. Heartbreaking? I'm not going to shove certain emotions down her throat and say this is actually what you're feeling or whatever. But Frankly, I just don't think heartbroken or whatever is the right word.
And that longing is what got me back into running because of what I enjoy. I enjoy this. I love this. I love this business. I love the challenges. I love overcoming challenges. I love hearing people win. I am so obsessed and so addicted to that I was making millions a year, living in the most beautiful place in the world. I've got a one wheel. I got good health. I got my family. I've got time freedom. I was loving life, but I was sad. I was sad because I missed fulfilling my purpose. That's why I stay. That's why I'm here. Because my heart is in it. And some people's heart might not be in it. And if you were even considering taking a chance at starting somewhere else, it's hard. It's really hard. So you better love that new business. You better love that product. You better love this so much that you are willing to go past the extra hard, because after you get done cross-recruiting and you pull a couple of people from, it's back to real work. And that's recruiting new people. That is literally networking on purpose. That's fulfilling the dreams. That's building a new rapport with your following, letting them know you're with this new brand, this new company, and when they want to try it, they'll come to you. You guys, for the last 10 years, I've had people coming back to me saying, I know you're the shampoo girl, so I decided to find you on social media, even after my account was gone. Mary, yes. Not leaving. I am not leaving. You would have to take a wrecking ball to take me out. You really would. And you guys, we have more lives to change, and that means the people who left, we don't need to talk about. We don't need to talk about them. Wish them well and pray over their success and ask God to touch them and touch their business, and that they can go all in where they're at, because we're doing the same right where we are. This is our business. If you want this to grow, it's going to take you with me. It's going to take all of us together. It's going to take the cross lines. It's going to take other people sharing testimonies. It's going to be all of us sharing before and after pictures. You guys, this is, thanks Jen, I love you. I just love it. You guys, a lot of people are counting on you too. Some people are counting on me to stay. They're counting on you too. They are.
I'm an ultrasound technician and I scan everything really, but specifically I have a vascular registry and her veins are so gorgeous. I would get the best pictures. The veins on her arms are so prominent. I would get the best images of them.
It's easy. It's easy to leave when everyone else is doing it. It's easy to leave when everyone else is freaking out. It's easy to just shut the doors and not look anymore. Yeah, I'll keep it. I will definitely keep it. It's not easy starting over. How many times have you guys started over in your business? How many of you guys got the same results every time you started over? There's strategy involved. Yes, Mary, there's strategy. Also, not on your comment with the bad mouthing and stuff, but there's strategy to this business, and there's some tweaking that needs to be done if you're having the same results relaunching. Right? It's not smart to do the same thing over and over and get the same results. But it's not really smart to go start in a new company doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not the company that's going to make you successful. It's the way that you do your business. It's the way that you project, the way that you believe, the way that you sell, the way that you convince other people to trust you, trust your product, trust your company, say yes, and then run. That is a strategy that needs manipulated if you are struggling, because if you take that same strategy to another company, you're going to struggle next month, and it's going to be hard.
I'm sorry, she's just not making a whole lot of sense to me. She's just saying stuff. She's just throwing it out there. The vibe I'm getting is she wasn't prepared for this live. She got upset and wanted to talk. She felt obligated to, maybe. This is not her. She's not shining. This is not her time to shine. She is struggling through this live.
It's gonna be freaking hard. I'm totally welcoming the hard. I know what comes after the hard. And I'm gonna do it right here. This is my company. This is my family. You guys, the names on here, Liz, you guys are my family. I don't need to hang out with you. I don't need to be like having coffee dates with you. You guys are my family, as in I love you. I want nothing more than to see you succeed. I've heard your stories. I've seen you guys have babies. I've seen you guys raise your babies. I've seen you guys get married, fall in love.
I've seen several people do that, and they're not my family. She is trying really hard to keep these people in her downline.
I'm so proud to say I've been here for almost 10 years. But the next 10 years are going to be nothing like the last 10. We got all this experience, and we got backbone, and we've got a lot more testimonies. You guys, it's okay if people leave. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Jenny. I love you too. I have a lot of respect for you also. Listen, if you're going to make a big decision, make sure that you're basing it on facts and not emotion. If you're going to make a big decision to go all in, make sure it's on facts and not emotion. I know, Carrie, I'm not going to say names. You know why? Because the people who've done wrong, I feel they did not intend to do wrong. I feel the people who have said things did not mean to cause harm. You guys, I don't believe that.
I do. I absolutely do. She is a much more forgiving person than I am. She's like, I want to be respectful. And I'm like, throw the respect in the trash. What is respectful about not calling people on their shit? Nothing. That's not it. Respect and not calling people on their shit, especially when it's wrong and hurts other people, I think is actually irresponsible of you. It's not about respect whatsoever. You can do it in a different way than like doing a live and calling people out like that, whether it's alone with them or not. I mean, honestly, I think she has every right to be calling names out, just like Jay did. I would respect it. I don't know. That's just my thought. Like, for me, I call people out all the time. Hello. And some people think it's wrong of me and I don't care. It would be irresponsible of me to be in my position and not call them out. Because I know what they're doing. I know why they're doing it. And what they do hurt others. And I also enjoy what I do as someone who creates anti-MLM content as well as like scam content and content about dangerous people in general. I just don't believe that in certain situations when it comes to calling people out, that not doing it is about respect. I don't believe respect is tied into it.
I believe hurt people hurt people. And if someone is manipulated, I believe that they will act based on what happened to them. You gotta love them, guys. If people are hurting and they're yelling and screaming, they're the ones who need the most prayers. We have to pray for people who are hurting. That's what we do. If we don't treat our enemies as ourselves, don't expect anything else different in return. You guys, I was almost misled by the lies last year. I literally almost seriously considering changing everything based off just a couple of calls and fear. Yes, fear. You guys saw what happened during COVID. You guys saw this. You guys see what happens when fear is involved, people fight. Have you ever seen a community or a city or a town or even a country where they have, like Venezuela, for example, whenever inflation hit and money wasn't worth anything and they were throwing it in the streets and burning it because a loaf of bread cost them over $3,000? What happens?
You could just use America as an example. I don't think she should be talking about this because I don't think she gets it, to be honest.
The crime rate goes up. The fighting goes up. The killings go up. When there is stress, there's more stress that's going to be happening. And it's because these people are desperate to feed their families.
Well, she gets that point, which I think is logical. Oh, look at that. She did have some logic here. Good for her.
So guess what's going to happen here when your checks start to drop? You're going to freak out. You're going to stress out. If you're seeing this person's making...
I know I'm pausing it so quickly, but why are you using these examples? They do not equate to be the same thing. Like, you cannot use this example and then say it's kind of like this. It's not.
Seeing this person's making this much money and I'm not making that much. What am I doing wrong? That's the wrong question. Figure out how you can maneuver your action steps in business that's going to produce. We're all the same people. When it comes down to it, you guys, some of you guys have skills that I don't have, and vice versa. The most beautiful thing about network marketing is that you can recruit what you lack. I was not big on social media, and I'm still really not. So I try to recruit people on social media so we can hit more of the masses.
I love when they use the word recruit because I'm like, hell yeah. I know you try to recruit people. I know it's about recruitment. And I love when they use that word because they're like, we don't recruit, we don't blah, 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 blah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Stop it.
Yeah, who else can I help, Liz? That's exactly what we have to think about, you guys. The more people I help, the more money you will make. And that's true. It's so true. People forgot how to pivot and got lazy. And you know what, guys? And I don't know. I don't know why people made decisions. I know most of them. I know most of the reasons. I did talk to a lot of them. But people don't have to leave and go to another company to quit. You know? A lot of people have already quit and nobody knows it. You know what I mean? They just actually like gave up. They gave up on themselves and they're like, I'm just going to put it off to the side for now. And that's okay. Everyone's a volunteer army. If you treat people who quit bad, they'll never come back to you. Ever. So you have to treat everyone with respect. It's their money. It's their business. They're going to run it the way they want to. What are you going to do though? What's important to you?
I think that's important. I'm glad she's pushing this out there as, you know, you don't know what's going on in their life. You should respect them for if they quit, if they move, whatever, like don't be an ass pretty much. Like just let them be. I think what she's saying is important because I think people need to hear it. And I don't agree or enjoy the hate that they spew to each other. I think it's funny to watch the drama go down. Like I'm like, well, MLM drama is the best kind of drama, like in MLM versus MLM or top leader versus top leader, because it's so catty and gross and wrong and like things they say are so rude, but they're all great examples of what is going on in MLM and they prove our points when there's inner fighting in MLM. But I think the best way to go about it is what she's saying, which is pretty much like, it's their money, it's their whatever, let them go. That is how it should be. Generally, like just don't be Megan Desart or don't be Melissa Collins, right? When they're just a complete ass to people who leave or change what they're doing. By the way, they're friends again, kind of. They commented on each other's posts. They used to hate each other.
The way that we act is how we build our character and how we react to things that happen to us. That's why when I had things happen to me, I had to forgive and forget. Because I know hurt people hurt people. So if I got hurt and if people are trying to hurt me, it's because they're hurt. By me holding on to it, it's just going to make me go hurt someone else. The cycle has to end. The cycle has to stop. We should be giving love to one another. Everybody. Yes, even your enemies.
I hear hurt people a lot, and I agree. Hurt people do hurt people. But the thing is, when it comes to that saying, we need to know what hurt means. Like when you say hurt people, she might be saying, me, I'm hurt, so I'm hurting her. Let's say she sees my video and she's like, oh, hurt people, we need to, JulieJo's just hurting. And she's like, but I'm not. I'm here to break down and call out the lies and manipulation throughout her video. I'm not hurting, and my intention is not to hurt her. It's to show what she's doing and why people should stay away from it. Plenty of other top leaders in MLMs and people in MLMs in general take that word hurt and make it into something that it's not, because they tend to do that with a lot of things like bullying, haters. The definition of those words are important because they manipulate them to fit the narrative they want people to see.
Did you know the enemies are the ones who get the most prayers from me? Pray for your enemies so you no longer have enemies. That's what I do. Like, I want everyone to win no matter where it's at. So, anyway, that's my little 2 cents. I just had to get on here and rant a little bit because I haven't been quiet, but I'm not public about it because I don't want to draw attention to the people who don't know what's going on. So if you don't know what's going on and you're watching this, we've had leaders leave the company, and it's easier to leave whenever other people are leaving too. And I've had a lot of people ask me, oh my gosh, are you leaving? I thought about it. About 4 hours. For about 4 hours, I really considered it. And then I said, I have to have proof. I have to have solid evidence. And it's been over a year, and I haven't gotten it yet. So what do? I stick with the evidence, and I stick with the facts. And that's why I'm still here.
You just said you haven't gotten proof or evidence, and yet you say, I stick with the evidence, I stick with the facts, but you haven't gotten it either way. Like, you haven't gotten the evidence or the facts or the proof, like you just said. You need it, but you haven't gotten it, so you stick with it. It doesn't make sense.
And I'm more convinced now than ever that this is the best place to be. And that's why I'm not slowing down. In fact, if you want to see me downshift and freaking go faster, this is the time. Just keep watching, because this is not playtime. This is go time. You guys, we got founder shares on the line. That window's going to close. I literally built a senior executive director by selling founder shares. You know why? It might only be $1,000 for people. Okay, think about this. It might only be $1,000. In 5 years, it could be $5,000. For an MM who's making $2,500 to $3,000 a month, an extra $5,000, especially if they get 2 shares, is $10,000 potentially, if we all do our work and get us to $1 billion a year. $5,000 to $10,000 is going to change somebody's life who's only making $2,500, $3,500 a month.
But this is a hypothetical. It's not real. All Monat has experienced is going down when it comes to bringing in money. She's just using this very unlikely example to try to keep people in to think that they're going to make more money and become $1 billion company, when actually, if you look at the facts, it's looking as though they're more unlikely to do that than they are to do it, just simply because of the statistics. So for her to say this is extremely deceptive, and she's just trying to manipulate people into a narrative that is untrue.
You guys, and I know this from experience. I've seen it happen. So I'm here to tell you guys, it's go time. I'm not freaking leaving. I am not freaking leaving. This is my home. And if I want it to succeed, it's on me. It is my responsibility. This company is not going to pay me more for me being motivated, for me being excited, for me being all like, oh, I'm all in. This is my company. No, they're going to pay you what you're worth. They're going to pay you for the sales that you contribute and the contribution that you do to your team members to help them win. That's the bottom line. So if your checks are low, go into your commission detail report and discover why. Okay? I had to do this. My first year in the business, my first year, literally, I said I was quitting. I said, I'm not playing around with this stupid company. They're freaking not paying me what I'm worth. My check last month was way more than this month. I was a brat, you guys. I was such a little snot. I was so mad. I was so entitled. And I was like, I'm not putting up with this crap. I'm worth more than this. I know that they're like, the checks cannot be right. I had a big fit. Very humbling experience whenever I learned how to read my commission report. And I discovered that people underneath me, yes, were going to make more money than me because they worked harder and they had more duplication than me, even though they were on my team. So you got to evaluate, where's your money coming from? We got to figure that out right now. I highly encourage you guys to go read the commission reports, because it's all right there in detail. And if you don't know how to, go to my boards, click on the very first page of boards, go to the very bottom on the left. That tab right there walks you through how to read every penny that you earn on every single person.
I think this is deliberately pointed at Tony and Jay, because they talked, well, in my most recent live, again, I'm referring to it because it has a lot to do with what she's talking about. Jay talks about how the commission makes no sense. There's no transparency, but she's saying there's absolute 100% transparency down to the penny. So I think it's interesting that this is happening. I have a feeling that his video was because of hers, or hers was because of his, or something to that effect, because it doesn't make sense. How can one person say there's no transparency and the other person say there's complete transparency down to the penny? One of them or both is lying to an extent.
That's it, you guys. Go check it out. The company's paying the same. The company's still paying us. My checks have never been altered, because I track it. I know every name of somebody that I earn on. It's not just a person. It's not just the name. That's a soul on board. That person matters. So that's why I look at where I'm making money, because those are the people who changed my life forever. And I owe it to them to speak up. So that's why I'm here.
She pretty much just proved our point as an anti-millennial genre that you make money off of people below you.
That's why I'm sharing with you guys why I'm staying, and I'm not going anywhere. I love this company. I only see us going up from here. Our numbers are the same for the last 2 months, and we've had the harshest purge I ever thought we'd ever witness. But you know what? It also kind of made me happy because over 10 years, we haven't seen a purge like this, and I don't think most companies can say that. So here we are, you guys. I'm all in, and I'm ready to run. I'm ready to help get people to visionary founder. Some people might not think it's a big deal, but those who are making $2,000 a month, it's a big deal. Those who are making no money a month, it's a big deal. And we have to remember those are the important people. Those are the important people who are hoping and praying to make an income like some of these big leaders.
Okay, she said for those making $2,000 a month, it's a big deal. Acting like that is more frequent than not. Their income disclosure statement from 2022 shows that 91.3% are at the bottom level and make an average annual, so yearly, gross earning of $133. And the median is $34. That's a year. So people who make $2,000 are in the top 2% of the company. That's per year. So per month, it would be top 0.33% of the company. That's not normal. For her to say people make $0, yeah, that's normal. That's wild.
That's what's important, you guys. This is about changing lives so people can pay for groceries, so they can put their kids in dance lessons, so they can put their kids in the sports, so they can buy new shoes that fit their kid, so they can actually have gas money to go visit family. That's why I said yes. That's why I am still here. Because those stories matter. Every single one matters.
And they matter, but your company and the opportunity don't help with those things. We just saw the income disclosure statement. It doesn't help. And from what I can tell, $133 a year, people probably spend that monthly on products. So they're not profiting at all. They're losing money.
If we lose focus on helping people to do the things that truly change in their household, you guys, a marriage can literally be broken up over $600 to $1,000 a month. Have you guys ever fought with your spouse over money? Have you ever, if you haven't, give me your freaking secrets, okay? My life before Monat was very hard. It was very, very hard. You guys, I had to borrow money sometimes to pay for my kid to eat. My kid's shoes did not fit her. My car broke down at every red light, and I prayed to God I could get it started again before I got hit in the back.
All right, I'm tired of hearing her talk about that. Let's talk about why that's a bunch of bullshit that she's saying using her story. Her story is not bullshit. How she's using it is. She's a senior executive director, which is 0.01% of the company. Her average annual gross earning is about $1.1 million. So for her to use her story is very misleading. While it is sad and that sucks and that's awful, it's misleading and wrong of her to do that. Sure, maybe she could now buy her kids shoes and not worry about her car, but the majority of the people will be in a worse off position while being in Monat than they were before. And that's why her sharing her story like this, acting like it changed her life and it can change yours too, is wrong of her to do.
My husband worked over 100 hours a week. And he never had time off with us. I felt like a single mom. I felt like I never got to see him. We have to go back to remembering what those stories are all about and why we did this. If it's not affecting someone's household, then we're not doing our jobs. We need to positively impact these people, and money does help a lot. Trust me, I've witnessed it. And I'll just tell you this right now, my lifestyle has not changed at all from the time I was making, let's say, $80,000 a year to $80,000 a month to $80,000 a week. I didn't change. My lifestyle didn't change. The thing that changed was my savings account growing bigger and my investments being larger.
Your lifestyle didn't change. When you said you couldn't even start your car, your house looked like that. You moved to Colorado because you could afford it now. Your lifestyle completely changed, babe. Were you wearing false lashes whenever you couldn't buy your kid food? By the way, nothing wrong with false lashes. My point is, you just talked about in this video that you moved to Colorado because you were making more money and like it was such an honor to be able to move to a state you thought you could never afford. Your lifestyle has obviously changed. That's wild of her to say. That's wild.
I didn't change. You guys, I don't need $80,000 a week like I used to make. Okay? But I'm going to do it anyway. You know why? Because some of you guys need that $80,000 a year. Some of you guys need that $80,000 a month to get ahead. Money's not good or bad. It magnifies who you are and what you're able to do with it, you guys. So, all right, that's all I have. Thanks for hanging out with me.
I don't like how she said that. Money is not good or bad. That's true. It's not a moral thing. What you do with it is what's good or bad, but it also doesn't just magnify who you are.
For this little rant. I don't know where that came from, but it had to be said. Had to be said. I just want everyone to know.
So she's just said it was a rant, so it was based on emotion. Told you. I knew it. Thanks, Julie.
100% all in with you guys. I absolutely love this company. The people involved are why I'm here. From the CEO all the way down to the newest market partner. I go through my back office and I look at these names and I know you're...
All right, I'm tired of hearing her. It's about over anyway. My gosh. If you made it through all of that, give yourself a clap. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Pat yourself in the back. Thanks for watching. I have other videos you can watch if you'd like to, especially focus on this whole Monat thing that's going on. It's a lot, but I appreciate you being here. Please don't forget to like the video, and if you want to support the channel for free, you can simply subscribe. Feel free to leave your comments below in the comment section. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.